Today is the day when I'm taking back control of my life. I did not even get the one I am planning to read ready. But I'll find something, I'll find it. I think this is very important that I read this one. But if not, I have so many that I can use. So here goes. But I'd love to read that one about the Daily Express that I sent to the Daily Express. Rather a miss of me not to have gotten it. And as a result, I might read you see when the brain is not functioning 100%, because right, I'm gonna use this one, Cure Parkinson's. I can use anything, yeah. So because I did not prepare, I have something in my head, but because I was not prepared for that one and didn't get it out, I now have to use different strategies. All right, so here's another one. If I don't see that one, I might use this one. Yes, here it is. That's what I'm reading, people. And I'll do my horoscope first. Daily Express Russell Grant copyright. Some people are in too much of a rush, but you refuse to be pressured by them to get fast results. You won't measure your success by how quickly you get a job done or how much you do. You will prefer to focus on the quality of the experience. So today is my day of reckoning. And hopefully after today, I can move on with my life. I've had this bag since 2004. It was for my laptop. You see, 2004 is a pivotal year in my life. I was in the South London press. Compared to nobody's doing my story, so I have to take the initiative. It's worn and torn. I'm trying to find water. So yeah, it's worn and torn, and like my old people see, I repair. So now I'm repairing my brain, my mind, my everything that has been affected after the death of my mother. So as I said, all of this will be on my LinkedIn. I used to publish with G+, using AdWords and on my vision. So it says, today is the day. I'm going to sit here all day and do what I need to do, and then that's my going on. Dealing with the stigma of mental health. Hi, Mr. Jory. I have been following the mental health campaign in the Sunday Express over the past weeks with keen interest. This matter is of grave importance to me because of personal experiences I've encountered throughout my relatively short life. At the time when I wrote it, I considered my relatively short life. Now, I am 62 plus. I usually think I would not live to be 60 because of personal experience, especially to do with my father's illness and stuff. Only to lose one brother at 37 plus, Ashta, Serena, Urel, and Nemhard. And the positivity of my brother was, I'm going to live forever. Yet he knew he was dying. But that's how he psyched up himself. I used to hear him saying, I'm going to live forever before I left Jamaica. Yet he knew he was dying. He had his diagnosis, his prognosis. He knew it. And then to lose another brother at 56 years old, Walford Byron Alberni, them hard. 3 to 6 months, my brother was gone. During that period, I come to know my brother like nobody else. We spoke. We made plans for his daughter. And I made decisions to help heal the rift between him and my mother. My husband helped me to send his body home back to his people as he'd asked. And how many years later I'm here? A criminal needing emotional regulation treatment. At one stage, I thought I wouldn't live to be 56 because of discrimination. And here I am, my husband is 99, and we are both traumatized in a country that is supposed to protect us. In a country where no blacks, no dogs, no Irish was the mantra of the day. That when I came to this country, they said Bermondsey is a racist area. Touch wood, the only racism I experience is from that idiot Debbie whatever and whatever after the death of my mother. Police, whatever. I'm not going to deny people that they have experienced their experiences. I am talking about my experiences. Hi, Mr. No, I read that already. The reasons I am making contact is to congratulate the team on taking up the fight for people who have been faced with mental health issues and do not have any forms of sounding board to air our circumstances and situations in dealing with conditions that are considered as taboo. Where is my brother Irving Julius Emston, the educated one of the family? The one who'd ask the coach to go to exam and pass, and then he go back go set bird a Pringe we catch bird. That's how poor we were. So him said Prince Ricketts birds, maybe that's the only meat he would have had, because I remember I had to cook callaloo and parsley. And my mother said I should know how to make a meal from a coconut and some bado that she left when she go to work. And now I develop an eating disorder. And my brother is telling me, but shut it. Silence is good. And calling me, tell me I'm not supposed to talk for 5 minutes. And then when I listen to him call back again, you're not supposed to talk for 10 minutes. And then when I listen and I cuss him Ross. Because that's what me come to develop trauma, you little cunt. Irving Julius Emston. Maybe if I share a brief account of my own personal experiences, you will begin to understand why I have become a skeptic of all gift wrap packages. From an early age, I was confronted with the tragedy of witnessing my dad's decline, which lasted for over 10 years. So how come they don't see these? How come they only see in the negative that they push me to write? Come on, get a grip. All who is studying for their masters and their mistresses and their grandparents and their background and whatever you're studying with, go look at my thing. There's much you can gain. Why you think now from 400 odd activity, I'm getting 4.22K activity? That was yesterday. What has changed? Because God has given me the power and the authority to say, Mervelee, you've got the whatever needs to go out there. Stop hiding it in here. Yeah? So tell me, my son, say thanks very much for sending this to me. So I have ideas. Say, I'm gonna rule my destiny. Yes, Lord. Say, I'm gonna rule my destiny. He had Parkinson's disease along with some other health conditions. However, it was the Parkinson's that caused our family the most concerns as it affected every aspect of the family welfare. I can recall the shakes at the beginning until his total loss of mobility and everything else that is eventually destroyed as a result of the deterioration in his health. As a teenager, I began to question my faith, asking why my dad, who had lived and served God, had to suffer so much. The onus was left on my poor mom to take on the reins of responsibilities that was once my dad's, as well as her own job as a mother. In the end, my mom was faced with caring for my dad and mom, that's her mom, who died within a month of each other. My granny eventually succumbed to one of her strokes. It is not written here, but it wasn't my stroke. It wasn't the stroke that took Gran out. It was the brutal, gruesome murder of her son, who lived at Marchpen Road, chairman of the Bernard Lad Sugar Cooperative. My brother Ashta was there. They masked up and come and murdered him. They knew. So when they using mask, yeah? And rocks up my brother. So beat him up and take him Ballis watch Ballis' birthday tomorrow. That was what caused my granny's death. From my granny came out and put talcum powder on her son's body in the coffin. My uncle was the first one to be buried on the land. If I knew my uncle about 2 years before he was murdered, because grandma used to go, mama used to go, whoever go, and letters were passed between them. Because of what a married situation, his wife was Zilla Mellish. So those sort of situations, that's what my son Kevin Murray is in. Who put him in it? The Barn Savannah New Testament Church of God is part of it. That he left his brother in bed and went to get married. We don't want my sister-in-law send him the man with the Jem England and Danny Turner leading him. And now boy now chat to me and his wife come do whatever and Sandy and whatever. And me must take it. Irving them out, you don't know who you're messing with, boy. Because of you may have trauma. You go and come to terms with Jevan. Because if you had listened to me from my am talking, we'd have a foundation for Jevan. So no other child ended up reaching 30 and being left out. Yes, money was spent for him to get therapy and everything. But Jevan should have had more. Jevan had his intellectual. He should have had more. Think on these things, brother. And you come tell me about zip it and silence is golden. What are you guys hiding? I have nothing to hide. The world know about Ashta. I'm not ashamed of my brother Ashta. I wasn't in his mind. I know why he done the thing he done. I always said I could not understand how my brother could commit a criminal act and sat in church with him. But now what has happened to me that is different from Ashta? Go to France from me, where Benedict say we come from. A little mixed race girl who was party to whatever happened to me. because she could not accept her black father. I hope she have the picnic as me say one of them come spit in image of me with my nose and everything. And my same temperament. To be a source in that bitch back or belly or wherever. And I hope when he get one of them come to me, turn crossway in her and kill her. Because she would never marry a black man. She married a white man, innit? Because she hope to phase out the blackness. Benedict Sewe, you are cursed. Imagine my own devastations when I realized my dad's condition was hereditary. And from an early age, I began to get some of the signs and symptoms of Parkinson's disease. To cut a long story short, I immediately have to alter my life, and I know I was prevented from achieving my full potential because of my DNA, over which I had no say. Therefore, with time, I learned to adapt to my condition and refuse to become a victim of a case. So me I shout, say I won't become a victim. So why am I a victim after my mom's death, Irving Nemhard? And have always been aware of my limitations. You hear me, horoscope? However, I recognize I had problems with my family situation and was only able to give it a name, depression, after coming to the UK and decided to take up studies to improve my prospects of securing gainful employment to make a better life for myself. I always joke about the fact that I managed to pick up all the defects from both sides of my family. Uppercase, I'm shouting. Now I have seen in today's edition about the role expected of workplaces in supporting their employees who have experienced mental health. However, my arguments are totally against sharing your predicaments with your employers, as this can be used to one's detriment and place a label of deficit model that is used to discredit a person when one is at their most vulnerable. How many nervous breakdowns do I have? How many miscarriages of justice? How many whatever to where now I'm a criminal needing emotional regulation treatment? Thank you very much. I'm going to use these to my advantage, and they won't be a disadvantage anymore. Juno Sullivan, me and me pen I got juke you up. Pedophile boy Richard Harty, go listen to the video. At this point, I'm talking from personal experiences when I self-referred, because I was concerned about matters affecting my work and for which I needed some answers. This was used against me, and in the long run, when I needed the support of my GP because I had told him about my Parkinson's disease, I was given a kick in the teeth that caused so much havoc in my life that at one difficult period, I thought I would have been swept overboard by the tide of upheavals and emotional baggage I was left to deal with. My unfair treatment further exacerbated my depression, uppercase, that I found it hard coping with life. Even though I had swallowed my bitter medicine and moved on, I'm reminded daily of these unpleasant events in my life because they keep recurring at work. So my son come to England to come help me and sit down here. We do a recording and you go back and tell me, fuckery, son. You come tell me, fuckery. I'm preparing to give up, lose everything. I'm preparing to lose everything. But there are certain things I'm not going to lose. I I have been placed on a system where I am being networked against, so I cannot break the mold and move on. To make matters worse, I'm now being penalized in my job for doing the work I'm paid for, and they try to get information about people so that they can use it against them. At one stage, I saw criminologists on my page on LinkedIn looking at what were they looking for? And now I'm a criminal needing emotional regulation treatment. Where is thinking pussy, Sarah Lawson? Where is thinking pussy, Julia Linka? Where's thinking pussy, Gillian McTaggart? I don't want to kiss mirrors. I can recall when I first came to the UK, a friend told me that in the UK, never tell others truth, as they can't deal with truth, only lies. Sharon Stevens or Stevenson. And I'm beginning to see the reality. Only after too late, to my detriment. I'll be sitting right in here. Paul is coming to set up my camera tomorrow. Right in here, me I sit down and whatever all me have, and then me chop them out. Yeah? So at some stage, I'll be able to check out all these and forget about them because they are documented here. My life has been turned upside down because of who I am, as well as my knowledge, values, and beliefs, and I feel trapped without seeing a way out of my dilemma. 8 years to the date I wrote that letter to Dilly Sipton, and my fucking family and friends come tell me fuckery. We must keep it zip. Silence is golden. Silence is golden for what? For you to salvage your conscience. Although I will continue following your campaign, I can't help. But there are times when I can't keep them to myself. Find solutions to my depression without getting my employers involved. Anything you say can come back to haunt you at a later date when you least expect it. Even though I have no one to share my concerns with, I would prefer die than involve people at work. This is because when concerns are raised, they are shoved under the carpets by inexperienced managers who lack knowledge, values, and beliefs to deal with these concerns. For and foremost, us older employers are treated with disrespect, whilst facing all kinds of discrimination over which we cannot do anything for fear of being labeled. Since I do not have a voice and have no one to talk to, I will be brave and stop myself becoming a victim by finding my own remedies. The one good thing about this is I am a very resilient person and refuse to give up without a fight. But I won't make the same mistakes again by challenging social injustices and inequalities. Well, I had to after the death of my mother. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but ... Thanks for being my sounding board, as this means so much to me, especially when I'm at a low ebb in my life, trying to stay in the UK, coping with the decline in my mom's health. Finito. So I must read this one to tie up where I say about inexperienced managers and whatever. Yeah? Dear Mervelee, so this was sent to me by Winsome Duncan, with whom I had an engagement agreement because I could not access LEYF website. The same Winsome Duncan who stole my manuscript and sent police to section me on the 30th of October 2017. 3 days after she celebrated her birthday. The same date as my mother, my father, my Auntie Tillin, and my Uncle Sylvester. Only Auntie Tillin is living. So they use those information against you. So she was born on the same date as my father. See if you understand what I'm saying. I can be my own quack, my own shrink, or whatever. That's why I tell you that dirty pedophile boy, Richard Hattie, go hand me something, for sending back the money and kicking me out of the University of East London. So then, son, you will know that you have a say in whatever they put on online about you. Like how them, the Observer boy, did come call you coward. And then kick you off of the whatever and go on national TV going by. And then you was the only one shortlisted for Russia and then take you off. And then you walked away for a peaceful life. Like you keep, not everybody keep walking away for a peaceful life. Make them kill me. Julia Elizabeth Gould reviewed LEYF Nurseries 1 star 25th of March 2016. Yeah? Whilst the employment tribunal case is going on. I worked for this company for 2.5 years. I was grateful for them taking me on as a first job, but not for all the stress and health problems that came with it. Who is saying it? Julia Elizabeth Gould. It's on Google website. It's on the public domain. Yeah, when I put my Facebook memories from whatever Google is putting it up, and then they calling me and here staying there in the background, don't hang up. Google Maps. I've not made a penny from whatever. No, Missy Lulu just saying something about, oh, do you want to sell whatever. They send the information that they couldn't publish my manuscript for my husband, my book for my husband celebrating whatever. So everybody now come take me on to Fenge. I feel sorry for all the ladies at my nursery who I left behind. For a company who tells us to be brave, nurturing, inspiring, and fun, how do you expect your staff to accomplish such things with all the overworked hours and piles of paperwork that you so happily force upon them? We are there to nurture the children of the future, but instead worry so much on how tidy the rooms are and how outstanding the learning journeys are. There is no time left in the day to nurture, let alone have fun. Paedophile Junior Sullivan wants to be remembered as a destructive influence. When me done joke you up with me pen. Maybe now the company has stopped concentrating so much at making more money for opening more and more nurseries. You would take a step back and see the amount of stress and overworked your older nurseries have become. Maybe think about staffing them too. To lift the weight of over ratios and 25 key children per person would just be a start. I watched a handful of good and honest members of staff leave the nursery I worked at and finally came to the breaking point of where, at the age of 21 in bracket, I had to leave for my own health. This person would probably be my grandchild if my first son, Kevin Murray, did not decide that he wanted everything before starting a family. That's the result of poverty and how we were raised and what he went through. So he made that decision. Yeah. Ingrid Vija Townsend reviewed LEYF Nurseries 1 star 29th August 1838. Go look on my reviews that I do. Go look where I'm at. I'm needing to do a review for my dentist because they sent something, but I haven't got around passing christening Pitney first. 29th August at 1838. So I'm assuming it's 2016. The staff turnover at Mark's Gate has been awful, causing so many other issues. Does nobody look at the effects of one person leaving before making the decision to move another 3? Now the deputy manager will also be leaving, and she's the only person that reassured us during all of these changes that remained consistent and was always someone we could talk to. The children are unsettled, and as a parent, I feel awful leaving my child in the care of strangers. I get my husband to pick up and drop off most days, as I get too upset with all the chaos in the nursery. How many neglect or whatever? How many have you identified in these two? The only ones I haven't identified so far is sexual abuse. Neglect, not only of the child, but the parents' emotional whatever. Neglect, emotional abuse. The only one I have not identified in what I've read so far is sexual abuse. But how do we know it did not happen? Remember Vanessa George and all those females who are toxic pedophiles? And I discovered Richard Harty with Men in Childcare. That's why he panicked and called me, because I done a Voice of a Child research. Go look on his LinkedIn, what you see there. Richard Harty, when me done with you, dirty boy, you might beg them to castrate you. Joy T. Sharma reviewed LEYF Nurseries 1 star, 12th March. I said goodbye to LEYF a couple of weeks ago, but I feel I left my mission unaccomplished, and I am still struggling to overcome the LEYF addiction I have. However, I do feel that by moving on, I have done one of the best things for my overall well-being. LEYF is an organization which has high aspirations, and to achieve these aspirations, LEYF likes to push its staff as much as it can without sorting the issues or giving them enough support, etc. Staff at LEYF get dead busy and no extra help or time is offered to them to manage the enhanced workload. As a deputy manager, I had so much to do without having admin day off. Admin day or some time off the room. I was working as a deputy at Senko, poor Joyty and Senko. It's me inductor. That's what you call it. It's me tell her go and shadow another deputy. And she shadowed Tanya at their head office nursery. Me, you see her, the criminal who needing emotional regulation treatment. You know what? I am so proud that Joyty had the courage and the conviction that after she got out of this hellhole, she went and wrote this there. And if I could meet Joyty in person, I'd give her that whatever. And someday I'm going to find a time to write that, especially so Joyty can find it, to say Mervelee. Salute her for the courage, because there are others who escape and refuse from speaking out. So Joyty, you are blessed, and I'm sure this will pass down to your children. I have Indian people in my family. So Joyty, thanks very much. After your escape, you had the courage to do it. There are still others there working, like the chef. She can't do nothing. Yeah, but Connor Bargate must be traced. Deputy Louise must be traced. Joel Locks must come out and say why she had to give up her passion and go retrain as a driving instructor. Aleph Sagnak, you need to come out and speak. Tanya Silva, you need to come out and speak. Gary Simpson, you need to speak out. All those involved need to speak out. The government must reinstate my petition for an inquiry in the early years sector. I was working as a deputy. A Senko, was in the ratio 5 days a week, had key children, doing extra hours when I was at whatever. Managers and deputies don't have key children. They are managing whatever they need to manage. Deputies extra hour, extra work, and 3 hours a day commuting. And on top of all this, putting up with a bully chef. I wonder if I had a pedophile boy down the manager will say him right whatever. You see what I'm saying? I was also put in the ratio when manager was absent. She was a total nutcase, Lynn Kelly. She wanted licking her stinking pussy. Which also put extended pressure on the staff when I had to leave the room. Can you not see modern slavery operating in the UK? I wrote the report to the Guardian, and when I contacted whatever gentleman, yeah, so I have those emails. I contacted them. Yeah? So what is happening? It's happening in the House of Commons Nursery. A paedophile is the advisor to Mayor of London. How many letters have I written? God tell me if you go sleep before 6 o'clock yesterday and get up with my life. No doubt staff pressure. I used to do 4 people's job. Seed, what you do now? I saw Satan working on. They are already under huge pressure as due to large number of agency staff and few apprentices. They end up having 15 to 20 key children each. Eventually, passionate staff who want to do a good job get stressed, frustrated and drained, and finally bound to leave. Unpassionate staff also leave due to separate reasons. This should not be in there, Joyty. Well, how do you know why? Who is unpassionate and whatever? In addition to fix the staff problems, which I mentioned above, another important thing LEYF must do is to upskill and empower their management team as they are directly responsible for staff well-being. For example, I had to put up with a bully chef, which affected my mental state to the extent that it nearly put me off coming to work every morning, and myself in bracket, deputy manager, and the manager could not address this effectively and fairly, I believe, due to lack of confidence and skill, or maybe sometimes management's habit of or a will to ignore issues like this. But who paid the price? Undoubtedly me. That's Joyty saying me. What about the other people? What about the other people? Oshana, who was allegation was used against. Is he still with LEYF? Candy, Patricia Sessions. Is that Portuguese gal Maria Goncalves still there? Maria Freeman, one little dunce that gal. Area manager. Do you see what I'm saying? Jonah Sullivan, the pit of hell, a pedophile mastermind with Richard Harty. Jonah Sullivan, me done joke up with my pen gal. You might have to go back to Ireland. Quick. Now you can go to Jamaica. Go pimp out yourself. You cunt. There are job competencies there for the staff, which everyone needs to meet, but they are just a piece of paper. this chef does not meet any of these competencies. Maybe he's a manager now, who knows? Intimidates the staff, however, still comfortable working at leave under the nose of even your manager, who is, I hope, so in bracket, well aware of his day-to-day actions. I think that area manager, that is Hilda Manila, where she is. I think she used to pimp out her daughter, you know. That cunt. Yeah, some of them pimp out their daughter. Some of them will pimp out them picnic for being whatever. How you think pedophiles get access to certain things? I'm watching patterns and I'm reading and listening to YouTube and whatever. When me done with Richard Hart, he might get up go where he come back from, with a New Zealand or Australia. Some mothers do have them, isn't it? And this is what I said in contribution to this that Winsome Duncan sent me. All I'm going to add is that this is only one of the reasons for my Fight for Justice campaign. But instead of getting the justice that I was looking for from the Employment Tribunal, I ended up with this online. So that's the Earl for the judgment that they took 5 months. A little pedophile boy named Judge Freya, Mr. Dixon and Miss Fennell. When I phoned them up, oh, they don't have resources. They own this, they don't that. And 8 years down the line, or 7 years down the line, I'm being hauled and pulled at Central London Country Board. One did a pedophile boy. First it was Parfit. But when me find out said Mark died have misconduct on my birthday, now they send Parfit. I have a case reference and a case worker issued for my complaint about Parfit. I let me catch him for and pan into one bag, you see. Me not done it on you now. So then better get your security when me I go back a court the 22nd of July. You think me a idiot? They can't get nothing for me. That's why when me sit down in a Barclays the 1st October, me I'll sit down for me hands so in case they see it a shake and say attack me, I go attack them. Me say me clever, you see. Me should have been one of the first black woman something, but it's never too late for a shower rain. I am sure the public will not be surprised to hear that this is my second time facing direct and indirect discrimination. Yes, King's College Hospital, NHS Foundation Trust, Mapata House Day Nursery. That's why me get me pension for 60. Otherwise, how would I survive? I'm no thieving motherfucker. Mary Curry, if you're still alive, gotta go rad your ass. And all of them from Sudok Sen section, me and them bomber clot, for me have missing to them figure find out. That's why when me go back and me do my thing, when I was a volunteer and them a send whatever, and that's why me go back and they make me make video about BM community if you go take up the whatever. Me have them here, me a wait for no rascal, no wicked no bomber clot. And me have this in here where they say me extract from the video I go in South London, South Clive. Me I make for me one South Clive. That's why Tanya, whatever come about, she want to see me before she left. Yeah, one of that brainwash black Peckham women's space or women's hub. When me done with phone or rascal too. Me have all of the email them me a pile up. Don't think me a idiot. Me send what me want, come give you fi collect when me want. That's why me they are collect enough if you my brother Irving where I contact so me feel sippy. I send the zip and silence is going. When me done with for him backside. Mama and Papa have to go dream me and whatever. Say leave him alone. He get enough. When me done with him, for me I start off with the piss up ranking drawers and beat him in his face. I am sure the public, yeah, me read that already. I am part of Dr. Maria Hudson's 2012 research paper, The Experience of Multiple Discrimination. for the Policy Studies Institute, recommendations made to ACAS in this day and age when there's a Modern Slavery Act 2015. The ET reverted even further back than the Slavery Act 1807. Is it any wonder I'm suffering stress incontinence? Yes, that I piss and shit up myself if me not careful. For those of a delicate nature, it's not everybody can deal with shit up and piss up. And that's why God make sure one time after me start at university, I'm shit up on himself. You see, whatever. So now here people are talking about bed sore. People do upon themselves. I had to help my mother with my granny and my father. You think I know me? I experienced whatever. That's why when I came here and I went and I done the care assistant thingy, I went to the place and I just couldn't handle that aspect of it. And I know that was not for me. So I went back to do the cleaning and then I went to do the nursery. At least I could handle. But when I went to Turney special school and the teacher said, Mervelee, you are so good. I know I could not do that. A certain aspect of that, I couldn't do it as a full-time job. Yeah? Turney special school. I went to do my placement. And now for my brother come tell me fuckery. And then they want to hang up phone for me. And they want to call me for my birthday after he met me. Julie dead and gone, rest in peace. Me a parent for Julie. I mean, I was planning to make sure the daughters get some help so they don't end up like me. A man have to be kind to them for whatever. And then you think that is love. And then later on you found that this man is a serial whatever going around targeting underage girls. Let me chat the chat and talk the story. Me can't do my thing, you know. I will protect. Have you heard me call the name of that man who was a serial whatever? No, I haven't called his name yet. But if it comes for me to call his name, I will call his name. Because after a while, how much he hear, now he might go come now if he go and take over ownership of my son. And he knows say I'm a winning father. And even if he was his father, why did you go away and now? When now? After all these years, because he's going up in society. So names must be called when it's needed to be called. No wicked no bomber clot. So I am using this opportunity to tell the world the role of the union playing keeping employees enslaved to the modern day slavery masters and mistresses who have been given sanctions to destroy lives. And let me explain that aspect of it. After 2017, UNICEF overturned the government employment law to charge employees to take their employers to the court. I contacted UNICEF. Go and find out what is happening. And then now, Voice, the union, come back, come turn around, and some little cunt, scammer, paedophile, at whatever, after they get 2 solicitors to contact me to defend the case, come tell me about it, strike out. And when me ask this dirty, nasty, pedophile boy, Mark died at whatever, so a case can be strike out after it is be defended, yes. But yet the judgment will pass to Ryan Clement to pay me back my money. He might go whatever, amend it or whatever, and telling me, when Trevor asks him what is, he don't know what is to be done. After me pay the money for Bianca Porter and Court Enforcement Service to do whatever. And now Ryan Clement up online about he was invited to House of Commons by David Lammy. The David Lammy who reviewed the criminal justice system. Me review the employment tribunal. So this is what I wrote. Margaret Horn lecture and the Earl, because that is the day, that is under the cover of Margaret Horn lecture. LEYF send police come here and dirty stinking girl if you ever went Jackass bad, Holly Sweeney and Nicky Wright. The 2 men are exonerated because they were just pawns in whatever. Me are no bomber clot. So this are the Earl for Margaret Horn lecture. And this is my business profile. I done me done here so far. Hold it me I do today on no bomb clot wicked. Yeah? And Justice Simla who sent my claims back to the EAT with caveat. Me and you bomb clot, you know, Justice Simla. Because you're in a Daily Express or advocate on behalf of criminals not to be deported to Jamaica. So me a what? Me a no rascal. I hold it me I do today at the day when me I get everything when me hire. And then tomorrow is the start. My husband is traumatized. Why? So me I get it out. And I hope by the time my son will learn something. And I make nobody fucking tell him foolishness that they can't put anything there. And me put him when they can't find whatever. And me put information the 2012. Who is this referee, Valdin Legister? And me a Valdin Legister mother. And me a Kevin Murray mother. And me decide to not have no more picnic because of my DNA. Miriam Matamon. Marian Matamon, Marian Matamon, when the angel troubled the pool. Marian Matamon, Marian Matamon, Marian Matamon, when the angel troubled the pool. Day before yesterday. Day before yesterday, when the angel troubled the pool. Marian Matamon, Marian Matamon, Marian Matamon, when the angel troubled the pool. Was day before yesterday. Day before yesterday. Day before yesterday. When they. You know what? Facebook on my laptop. Video what? The angel troubled the pool. Day before yesterday. Day before yesterday. Day before yesterday, when the angel troubled the pool. Jonah went to Nineveh. Jonah went to Nineveh. Jonah went to Nineveh to warn the wicked nation. To warn them and tell them about the coming of the Lord. Wake up, sleeper, what's your name? My name is Jonah, from whence you came. All the trouble is because of me. Throw me overboard and let the ship go through. God moves upon the wind and storm. God moves upon the wind and storm. God moves upon the wind and storm. It troubles everybody's mind. M Striker and W came out. M strike R and W came out. M strike R and W came out. So Moses strike the rock, and the water came out. M strike R and W came out. M strike R and W came out. M strike R and W came out. A long time Mervelee I warned them about LEYF discrimination. Mervelee Myers was on Sky News. Mervelee Myers was published in the Nursery World magazine. Mervelee Myers was on consultation with Macauley group. Oh, shit house. Listen to this. You just a stick. I want you to stick. Mervelee Myers was on consultation with Macauley group. Mervelee Myers was on consultation with government departments on behalf of LEYF. Now the pedophile ring. I didn't know that LEYF was a pedophile ring. When I give of my best from 2009 to 2015, now government must bar the leaders. Oh, fucking Cynthia, what is? Let me not stress myself. Soon that's where I learn a rascal and getting and using the one. No fucking want me just do. Alright, focus on one at a time. One at a time. The inspiration of the preacher send the sinner to the altar, soul on fire. Blessed Holy Ghost came down, it fall on Zion. Blessed Holy Ghost came down, it fall on Zion, Zion, Zion. Blessed Holy Ghost came down, it falls on Zion. The inspiration of the preacher send the sinner to the altar, soul on fire. Blessed Holy Ghost came down, it fall on Zion. Mama me want go walk. Mama me want go walk. Mama me want go walk. Look how me must know you. Mama me want go walk. Mama me want go walk. Mama me want go walk. Look how me must do. Mama me want go walk. Mama me want go walk. Mama me want go walk. Look how me must load you. Woman a heavy load, oh ho. Woman a heavy load, oh ho. Woman a heavy load when Saturday morning come. When the money enough, when the money enough, when the money enough, them call you lover boy, them call you sweetie pie. Them call you all the good name. Woman a heavy load, oh. Woman a heavy load, oh. Woman a heavy load when Saturday morning come. When the money no enough, no enough. When the money no enough, no enough. When the money no enough, then call you Ali, but them say you good for nothing. Them call you dirty boy. Woman a heavy load, oh. Woman a heavy load, oh. Woman a heavy load when Saturday morning come. I'm putting on my top hat. I'm buttoning up my shirt and polishing my nails. I'm and polishing. I'm putting on my top hat. I'm buttoning up my shirt. I'm polishing my nails for when I turn my eyes and look at the girl. Did you want something for read and no look a rascal? I'm putting on my top hat. I'm buttoning up my shirt and polishing my nails for when I turn my eyes and look at the girl. Did you want? Sound of the thing me in ya dead not true. Nothing me in ya I dead not true. Me dead and come back. Me dead and come back. I no wicked no rascal. Me I put it on ya. Me a honey give you no wicked no rascal. Some of no wicked no blood clot. Eh, take another burner to you.